Everybody, Rosematter here. Welcome to my reaction and discussion for episode 8 of Delicious in Dungeon. Last episode saw Senshi befriending a Kelpie and getting betrayed. Some really sweet bonding moments between Senshi and Marcille, including a little bit of kind of a makeover of Senshi, and also finally someone getting food poisoning. It was bound to happen. Leos, unfortunately, got a little bit too eager after taking down a gigantic squid and eating part of it and ingesting a parasite and getting sick. So bound to happen with all of the adventurous food that they've been eating. But let's go ahead and watch episode 9 and let's see what happens, and I'll give you guys my thoughts afterwards. Oh, is this like happening right after the events of what happened last episode? Hey, he's not looking too good. Poor guy. Do you think that this will, temper his enthusiasm for eating? Probably not. There was like that. Oh, I saw for a second the characters that have been shown in the OP, like the samurai looking guy, yeah, the guy, and then like a dwarf looking woman. Oh, are we getting some Marcille backstory? Okay, so it's going on about how she's very smart. As we know, she's book smart, not exactly street smart, though. Okay, so now we're getting a little bit of insight to her mom as well. Okay, looks like this might be a little bit of a backstory episode, which I'm down for. Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, so she's like very invested in like the whole dungeon econ or ecosystem. That was nice to see kind of like the reasoning for why she became an adventurer, because she seems like she's pretty um I wouldn't say privileged. Oh, is that little Falin? Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. So not only do we get to see like Marcille's backstory, but we get to see maybe the beginnings of a friendship between the two. I wonder if that's the reason Marcille joined up with Laos's group, is because of Falin. Like she became friends with her first. And she looks like she's maybe a little bit of an outcast. And of course, she's like naturally gifted at this. I shouldn't say naturally gifted. Oh, geez. Well, safe to say she's got got a lot of spirits in there. Maybe she is. Maybe Falin is naturally gifted in her own way. And it's interesting to see because like Marcille seems to be the naturally talented one, but she looks up to Falin as like she's the very like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like talented one. Okay, so Fallon's the one who's like maybe got Marcel into going into a dungeon. I am gonna like this episode. I feel like I've been interested in these two their relationship. It seems there's a lot of kind of like respect from Marcel's side to Fallon, and but we have not been able to see Fallon enough to really get her side of the relationship, right? So she was like, "It's a dungeon," but not really. Why is she giving like golden retriever energy? Marcel's like, and it's like with Laos where she has to yell at him, be like, "What are you doing?" And it seems like Fallon also has the same kind of adventurous appetite as her brother. I just love that look on her face, just like do, just no cares, no thoughts, head empty. Nothing dangerous yet, right? Oh, here we go. Is this where Fallon is going to show that she's like, oh yeah, she doesn't want to hurt the monsters? Maybe like this is my friend. Oh, is this maybe where she also taught her about like the whole thing about like the ecosystem of dungeons? And obviously, because Marcel is a elf, she's going to be older than Fallon, but it's just cute the way that Fallon kind of like is almost her mentor a little bit when it comes to this stuff. I'm sure they taught each other things because Marcel seems to be very advanced in magic as well. But it is really cute to see like the I wonder if maybe Laos maybe he developed his appreciation of food from Fallon or vice versa. You could definitely tell like they're siblings though. Oh, they're so cute. I love their friendship. Damn, Chilchuck. Wow, I love he just calls her bullshit. Why is that so hard to believe? I guess he only sees her when she's just a total girl failure. I said the difference between being a student and actually applying it practically are very different. Oh yeah, that was the whole thing too, where Senshi like talked about how much he hated using magic, where he refused to use the magic to get across the water. Aw, this is so sweet, actually. So he had no idea. Oh, that's. I would like to see. I hope maybe there's like a background episode about how these guys all got together as adventurers. This is actually adorable. Oh wow, okay, it's 2 days. Yeah, probably. Because I was like, if it's only 2 days away, that should be coming up soon to them being able to meet up with the dragon. You know what I appreciate about this? Also, it's just like normally when you've got the one girl character who says they're gonna wash up, it would be like a shameless, fan service. But and even she mentions it about how she's the only girl. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here are these two characters I was talking about. Oh, which you definitely I have a feeling that we're gonna encounter these two characters that left them at some point. And then there's also the other party that keeps waking up and dying. Yeah, so far it's funny. The only fan service, really slight fan service, has been like Senshi, if anything. Like, you got the occasional upskirt. So I do appreciate that they don't like sexualize Marcille. It's like you've got the one prominent female character, and they treat her with respect. Not to say that you can't do sexualization in like a respectful way, but I don't know. I appreciate that. It's a nice change of pace. Oh, she doesn't have her staff. Uh-oh. And Laos is currently not available. He's like, what I miss? I guess that would be kind of hard to sleep through. Oh shit. Uh-oh. That must suck for them. They can't do anything about it because they can't get to her because they don't have magic. Oh, geez. Like, to actually see them get hurt, it doesn't seem to happen too often where they show actual, like, injuries. Oh, gee, she's really getting hurt. Something about the, what's the word I'm thinking of? The animation seems a little bit more fluid and cartoony right now. I don't mind it, but it's just like it seems a little different. Oh no. Oh, see what I mean? The animation just seems even more cartoonish than usual. Some of the facial they're great. I love it. Very cartoony. Well, I wonder if once again she feels like a bit of a failure. Yeah, there we go with Felin. Felin? I feel like I'm saying her name wrong. Like, it just shows I do like I appreciate that they mention kind of the absence of Felin and about how it like they feel it with her not being there. Hey, maybe they'll come across that group again of the adventurers that oh and be like, hey, you guys killed us and stole stuff from us. Or who knows, there was a flashback to that samurai and the dwarf girl. Maybe they'll come across them by some weird coincidence. What? It's grilling time. Of course, right. We haven't cooked anything yet. That's the whole point of this show. Oh, are they saying because like she's lost iron because of her blood, so to get something that's high in iron back, that'll help heal her? Mmm, that looks good. Oh, some nice cooked meat. Ugh, nicely marbled. That looks delicious. Aw, she looks so sad. Maybe it's like the whole rejuvenating food, smelling it and eating it. She'd be like, I'm all better. That looks amazing. All it makes me think of like when I go to Japanese, like the when you grill your own meat and shit. Oh, like, oh, it makes me want to go right now and go get some. Oh, this is one of the better looking foods. Not a big fan of liver. I don't know if I would eat the liver. I've had liver before, not a fan. But I guess the liver is what's high in iron, I assume. She doesn't look any better. It's sweet how, like, they're doing what they can. Like, we can't use any healing abilities. All we can do is make her food. So hopefully that'll be good enough. Oh, all right. There we go. Okay, it did work. Sort of. Sort of. They're literally having liver and onions. My husband loves liver and onions. I'm like, what are you, an 80-year-old man? Oh, is the smell going to attract monsters, perhaps? Or people? Yep. Is that her? That looks like the dwarf woman. Could be mistaken, but that looks like her. That is her. All right. Hey, I called it about like, okay, I like this. All right, so that's going to be very interesting. I appreciate that we're having characters from their past coming back. A little bit of a coincidental thing, but I also love the fact that it's like the food is what attracted them. That was a really good episode. I liked it was the number one thing I loved is we don't know too much about the character's backstory a bit. It seems like maybe we'll get little bits and pieces of it throughout the episodes, but just to see Marcille and Falin, how they met, how they became friends, just really sweet, and getting more insight into Falin as a character because we can't see her in the current time, so really all we have is what the characters say and also flashbacks. But that was just really cute the way that Marcille kind of took her under her wing. Falin was the one who taught her about dungeons and kind of like the ecosystem. And there it is, like, once again, with the food being the connecting thing, is food is so important in this world, not just for nourishment or for trading, but also the ecosystem of a dungeon. And also, like, Marcille learning, maybe why she decided to explore dungeons in the first place, where she definitely seems to be more of a academic. It's like it seems like she would be best maybe as a teacher or as a teacher's assistant. And then all like learning that her mother, I think they said she was like a court magician or something. So actually, like, a lot of little tidbits about Marcille. I think from that it's like we got her, like, how she met Falin, how they became friends, maybe why she became interested in adventuring and exploring dungeons, and kind of like what her grand goal is in all of this is to create safe dungeons for people. So I think that's really cool. And then we had like a cool action scene, some delicious looking food, although in this case it was almost like the food was an afterthought right at the end. I almost forgot. I was so sucked into the story. I was like, oh yeah, right, they haven't cooked anything yet. And also the little bit of a flashback to those two characters that used to be in their party and then left. I'm trying to remember. Was that like one of the characters? No, because they left a note, I believe. I'm trying to remember, like, at the very first episode, one of the characters left and was like, "I'm sorry, I have to go." It doesn't seem like it was any of those two characters, because they straight up like said to Marcel's face, like, "We're leaving," and then Marcel was like, "What? We have to find Falin." So I'm thinking, like, was this just another random time that Falin just disappeared or like got kidnapped or something happened to her? Were those two party members left like way before the events of this story? Or did those two leave right after the whole incident with the red dragon? It was a while ago. It was a couple of months ago that I watched the first episode, so I can't quite remember. But yeah, so it looks like we're going to be having a confrontation, perhaps, at least an interaction, an encounter with this dwarf woman. And it definitely seems like Marcille has some anger towards them, some bitterness for them leaving. And Marcille is not the type to hide her feelings, so I imagine when they do interact with each other, it's not going to be very pleasant. I'm just wondering, like, how does Laos and Chilchuk feel about them? I feel like Chilchuk, he seems like the type to be like, it's business, I get it. I don't see him as the type to really be too emotionally invested in people leaving. He probably understands himself how that works. Laos, it could go either way. I feel like he maybe he might be a little upset that they left when they were like having to rescue Falin. And maybe, but he also seems to just like kind of let things roll off his back. I don't think he'd be the type to hold a grudge. Marcille definitely is the type to hold a grudge. All the more reason that I'm like, she's my girl. I feel a lot of connection to her because I feel like there's a lot of similarities. I would definitely feel like I would hold a grudge if someone abandoned me or left me when the stakes were high, and someone that that you care about might be in trouble and they just take off at the worst time. So I like that. I like that kind of, okay, this is the setup for what's going to happen in the next episode, and I think it's going to be really interesting. I'm always down for like meeting these new characters, so we'll see how that goes. I imagine it seems like this woman, she has her own party. I doubt she's going to jump from that party to to our group, but if anything, I could see maybe the two of them having a confrontation. Maybe they're going to want to fight them for food or something. Like maybe they're lacking resources and they want their food, so maybe there's going to be a fight between them. And then I'm guessing like a monster's going to come in. They're going to have to work together to, especially if Marcille's still not doing great. Maybe she's still going to be recovering, so she's going to be like a little weak and not as able to help. So I could see maybe the two parties working together, taking down a monster, and then like maybe they'll work together, and then like maybe they will travel together for at least a little bit, or maybe they'll just part ways right after, but like on better terms than when it started. That's my guess anyway. But overall, I thought this episode, just for the first 10 minutes alone with like the whole backstory, I thought that was great. I loved that. I do want to see, like, I want to see what was Chilchuck like. What was his, before he joined the group? What was his life like? What was Senshi's life like? He did mention a little bit, but we don't know too much about him. He's kind of a mysterious character. Leos, like, I want to see him and Falin. What was their childhood like together? Or the thing I want to know is, like, how did they all meet up with each other? Because it's interesting that Leos didn't make that connection, that Falin and Marcille were such good friends beforehand, or at least he didn't realize that she was the one that Falin was like, this is, I made a new friend and I'm so happy now. So that's interesting that he didn't know that. I would like to see more flashbacks into how this group got together, but overall, a great episode. I really enjoyed it. So that's going to do it for me. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode along with me, and stay tuned next week for episode 9. Until then, special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Revealing Storm, Lynn's VA, Kenju Storm, Icognito, Sean, and Waz RD1.